One of the greatest things about our honors program at Dordt is that it is very flexible, and there's a lot of freedom in that caters to each individual's unique strengths. So I typically opted for writing a paper and then giving a speech, and then I would invite all my friends over. We'd have a seminar, we'd have snacks, we would just discuss the topic, which was really, really interesting. But a lot of my friends also were art majors or other majors where they would have some sort of presentation that developed that skill set. So one presentation I went to was in the ceramic studio, and they did a throwing presentation on the wheel, and then they just talked more in depth of what they were doing and why it was meaningful.
What really drew me to the program was the sense of being able to work sort of side by side with students to help them to develop as scholars, to help them to develop those really critical skills, critical thinking skills, ability to present their ideas clearly and to develop those ideas, and to be able to do that in a way that's slightly different than the classroom.
There is built into the program a focus on then presenting what you do. And so whether that was here at Dordt for things like Idea Fest or off campus at some conferences that the program goes to, it was very much a focus of taking what you've invested your time and energy in and then being able to go and have a meaningful impact from that.
But I think throughout the whole program of KHP, I learned to develop grit. That's a characteristic that we're trying to develop in students here. And grit is something of personal motivation and enthusiasm in a project.
The program is structured to build around what your interests are. And so therefore that extra work that you're putting in is work that you're going to want to do because it's of interest and aligned with what your passions are. And so, yeah, that shouldn't be a deterrent. There is a scholarship, so there's a monetary benefit to the program. And then there's obviously the resume builder component too, of just showing that you're a student that wants to go beyond and go the extra mile in your studies.
I am the chair of student government currently, which is a really fun opportunity, but I just wanted to develop more of my leadership skills, and so I also partnered with a social work professor, and we did more in-depth study of leadership and how that works in a social science setting, and how that works in Christian communities, and how that works in organizations. And so I was able to partner with the knowledge that I was already applying through student government, and also pairing it with my social work background.
And so this previous summer, I interned for my home state senator out in Washington, D.C., and got to do a lot of policy research and building portfolios and writing memos and doing a lot of constituent services. And so I'll be able to translate that experience into some credits for the Kuyper's program as well.
We do know that the Lord is calling us to use our gifts for Him, and we know that students that are in the Kuyper Honors Program have these type of gifts. And so we know that there is a calling to use these in the furtherance of the kingdom. And so I want students to find themselves more closely connected in what God's doing in creation and how we can be part of that. I want that to be something that students find themselves rooted in so that they continue to hold to that.